this for a third time. Third time's a charm, my mom usually says. I'm doing readings for the 6th through the 12th. I've already done Gemini and Libra. I don't know if those came through. So if you are a Gemini and Libra and those did not come through, I'm still waiting, looking on my studio to see what's happening. We're having a lot of technical difficulties. Good old Mercury retrogrades coming in, right? So this is going to be actually for Aquarius for the 6th through the 12th. And I'm going to see if we can get through at least one reading. Otherwise, I might have to scrap it for the week because I am only here this week, just today, because I'm working a lot. So for those of you that are brand new, thank you for coming in. I'm usually on once a week. I try to do all the readings. Sometimes I can get them and sometimes I can't, but you're always welcome to reach out if you need a reading. I do basically create your future. I help you through struggles, challenges. I'm an empath with a lot of abilities. So if you have some metaphysical abilities that you just don't understand, or dreams that they're having disturbing dreams about things, I can try to help you with those. All kinds of things. So don't ever hesitate. I am here on YouTube, but I'm also on Etsy, as well as my own website, Divine Warrior Intuitive. And I call you guys my community warriors. So if you've subscribed, watched, shared, thank you so much for watching this old boomer. All right. So Aquarius, definitely this deck here is for those of you who are brand new. This is Divine's deck. This is the universe, the other side, whatever you want to use call your highest of high power, God, whatever. This is his deck. This is the only thing that gets used for. You'll see it's getting really worn because there is a sacred energy around that. So that's what we're using that deck for. This is your current energy with this oracle deck. And we're going to get started for Aquarius to see what's going on between the 6th and the 12th. Anybody who wants to come through, any messages or anything you would like to hear, see, touch, feel, please go ahead and come through at this time. I greatly appreciate it. All right, so we got the number 8 coming through right now, along with Into Me, I See. So definitely probably some energies that you need to be looking into the mirror, things that you need to be looking at within yourself. That honest truth. Are you walking in an honest truth, a authentic truth, and not your truth, but what is actual true to God, the universe, and that kind of a thing? Because it is the number 8. This is a progression towards bringing that to another level, another higher, maybe, for example, if you just are like getting used to listening to your intuition, it might be to that next level. It's like, wow, it is really helping. And so I'm going to really pay attention to it more. So then you're going to bring that energy up to another level. So that kind of a thing, because this is internal. And this is how we act. This is how we react. This is how we move forward with people. Are we kind? Are we mean? Are we gossipy? Are we private? Are we all that kind of stuff? Because the energies around whoever this is, because these are timeless readings. When you watch them, whether it's for you or you share it and say, hey, you need to watch this is for them at that time. This is the number 7. So you have the number 7 and you have the number 8, which is, again, moving forward. However, 8's first. So it's sort of like sometimes we slip kind of a thing. But this is about the bee, and the bee is about, I don't believe in luck, but I do believe in synchronicity and things happening for a reason. But it is industrious and it is a sweet victory. Okay, so these two cards together, Divine is saying whatever you're choosing to do to better yourself, better your process, to better your authentic you're on the right track to making this a better thing for you. And when you look at bees, what are bees, Aquarians? Well, bees are very hardworking. They're very fragile because we can step on them and they're dead really quick. I mean, but they also too, they're very strong because they live through all the kinds of inclement weather. We do need bees. They are what do you call it? They're dying out. So we want to be mindful that, you know, if you've got clover in your yard, maybe leaving it for a while so they can, you know, get it and that kind of a thing. But bees are extremely hard workers. So somebody may be working on themselves really hard. Somebody may be looking into why they're doing what they're doing, why they like what they like, why they are handling things. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Not a problem. Sin is to you, whatever sin is to you. But the thing is that we really want to be mindful what's in our hearts and what's happening and what we're exuding outwards to other people. All right. So, whatever that is. Okay. So, you want to be kind and helpful. Obviously, this is not kind. That's your opinion. So, I'm not a witch. Yeah, you need to read the Bible. And thank you for your comment, but go read the Bible. There is discernment all over the Bible. The cards are just paper. You got to educate yourself because you're sounding pretty ignorant right now. All right. And that's not kind. That is not kind at all. Bye. I will cut you off. Yeah, I will cut you off. So, yeah. Oh my God. You guys, you know, you ruin it for people that really enjoy what I do. You really, really enjoy what, you know, you really do. And I'm going to say bye bye to you too. All right. So let's get on to this. So definitely into me, I see. All right. So what is it that you need to work on, guys? What is it? This is probably why a lot of people don't go live because there's idiots out there like that. So, but I don't have time to sit there and edit films for 2 3 hours. So this is how I do it. 4 5 6 7. All righty. Empress. Nurturing and taking care of yourself as well is really, really key. So somebody is trying to make a decision. An Aquarian out there is having a hard time making a decision, and the answer is within. Okay, the answer is literally within. You already may know that answer. Okay, but you might be making it harder for yourself than what you really need to. So really look at what it is that you really need to work at, because the Two of Swords is a coming together, a unity of things happening. However, it is also a double-edged sword. So you've got to be paying attention to where you're making your decisions from. Okay, we got the Magician next. Where we make our decisions from, Aquarians, is it from your spirit? Is it from your head? Is it from a want and a desire, or is it from a need? Okay. Because our wants and desires are spiritual, because our spirit knows what we want. We know what we do. We know where we go, where we want to go. Okay. But it really becomes hard to see the full picture when we're in our heads so much. How many times do we sit there and hear it's like, oh, stop thinking so much, stop thinking so much. And that's what's holding you back, because the Tower card is about change, but you've got the Ace of Pentacles coming up right next, which is beautiful, because the Ace of Pentacles is a newness, it's a freshness, it's a start. It's something that you can go through it or you don't have to go through it. It's a pentacle. It has to do with maybe your future in finance and money and things like that. So the decision that you're making, is it a wise decision, or is it a difficult decision, or what is it? Mhm. So it really needs to be mindful in how you're making that decision. Again, this is Divine's card. This is how he rolls. This is he's trying to get you a message. Okay. The Six of Swords, that means there's movement to this. There has to be movement. Now, this is more of a physical movement. So you have to, when people talk about manifesting, you have to move towards that. It's not you're going to manifest it and poof, it's magic. It shows up. No, there is some manifestation to it, but that's also your energies. Are you thinking high vibrational, or are you thinking low vibrational? Are you thinking pretty much like you know, if you're thinking negative, that's low vibrational. If you're thinking is I can't do it, it's low vibrational. High vibrational is that you can do it, you can make it, and you're going to see it through. It's not going to be a pipe dream, it's going to be a dream. And there's a big difference. A pipe dream is you never make movement to it happen, but then you can actually make movement to it happen and it becomes a dream, and voila. Maybe you want to go to Hawaii. If you don't do anything to save the money to go to Hawaii, not going to happen. It stays a pipe dream. If you make the money and you go through and save it and you book the airplane ticket, book the hotel, boom, you're in Hawaii, you know, something of that nature. So you really, really have to open up to that. Boy, there's a negative energy coming through. I don't know whose energy is trying to pop through here, but sorry, you ain't going to have it. I'm not going to have it for you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hayat 2709. Welcome. So we have the number five of wands. Again, this is standing up for yourself. There is something that maybe is going to try to block you, Aquarians, for this next week. Not sure what it is, but standing up for yourself and holding strong to what you believe in and what you want, what you desire. That is going to be actually probably some work for somebody, because definitely it is not easy sometimes when people are pushing you or stressing you out or that kind of a thing. But the challenge, and this is your challenge card, is you have the Queen of Pentacles. Now, she's extremely, extremely knowledgeable about a lot of things. But the thing is that she is really knowledgeable and open to where her finances, where her money is, where her career goes, and anything of that nature. But she's sitting strong and firm and confident in what she's doing. Okay. So this is maybe something with your work. Maybe you're trying to make a decision with your work. Maybe you're trying to make a decision to move, because that does take money in to move some processes. And sometimes we just have to be patient in saving in order to go do what we need to do. The problem with younger generations, that I'm a boomer, so with younger generations, is they want it now. Now, I remember being in my 20s saying, I'm going to get a house and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, way before my mom. And it's like, did it happen? No, because it takes time to build and build and build. And this is where the challenge is going to come in for you guys. All right. So let's get a little bit of clarity for the Aquarians here on anything. I want to get clarity on this Tower card, exactly where it is laying and where this decision is that needs to be made. All right. If anybody wants to come through at this time, it is definitely time to do that. I appreciate it. Any downloads or any thoughts, sights, smells, touch, anything of that nature. Somebody's gone through a lot of change in their house. Somebody has, and this might be where the finances come in. Something has happened with their living situation where they really need to get help or buckle down. But it has to do with the home base. Maybe it's a safety issue. Maybe it is something that, gosh, what do I see? Boy, somebody on the other side does not want this reading to happen. But definitely it has something to do with bringing more of a peace, and definitely whoever is really down for whatever reason, somebody's trying to stop me from this reading because they see a blessing. They know that there's a blessing. They know that there's something coming through, something coming good for you. They don't want it. So whatever that is, so whatever decision you need to make for this future, Aquarians, you really in this week pay mindful to your energies, pay mindful to like a light switch, like you go from a good mood to a bad mood. Something is trying to stop, and you need to just stay up in a higher vibration. Say, not today. We used to have a list sign when we, go to church and stuff. We say, not today, Satan, not today. And that's pretty much it. You're not getting into me today. I'm going to stay happy. I'm going to stay joyful. So get the F out of here, kind of a thing. So really be mindful, because something is really trying to stop me today. I don't know what it is. I have no idea. However, Aquarians, be really, really mindful of what's going on this week. Are these upside down? Yes. Yes, you got the Seven of Pentacles, Five of Cups, definitely. Oh my gosh. Three of Cups. And the Page of Swords. I'm not going to end on four. There's a reason why I don't do things in fours. Seven of Pentacles. Again, this is becoming a hard decision, whatever it is. It's going to turn out the right way. You've just got to keep that Five of Cups is telling you to keep at that optimistic look, not the pessimistic look, not the negative look, but the positive look, because somebody out there is very pessimistic. And again, that's that negative energy that's trying to come through, that low vibration energy, that low frequency. And it might have to do with friends, it might have to do with three people, it might have to do with a third person that maybe isn't supposed to be there. Maybe their third person is a gossip. Maybe third person isn't supposed to be in your group, or maybe they're a toxic person. Pay attention to that. Welcome, welcome. I'm sorry, my eyes are really bad today. Rosie Mole, welcome, welcome, welcome. And really pay attention to that, because you have the Page of Swords and the Emperor. Okay, this is a power thing. So somebody is really in a spiritual battle at the moment, and that's why we call this channel Divine Warrior Intuitive. We're warriors. We are in a spiritual battle. We're not in an earthly battle. We're in a spiritual battle. And even if you look at the world today, that's what it is. It's about power. Okay, so somebody is in a power struggle here, and you just need to stand your ground, because I love this. So if you look at the way these cards are laid, the Page of Swords is looking at the Emperor, and this is something that is really positive, because it is that something that you're going to stand up for yourself. So Aquarians, really this week, look into me, I see. Okay, look into your intuition. What is your spirit and your heart telling you? Not this thing. Okay, we overthink it. We know which way we should be going. We know how we should be acting. And our spirit guides us. We have spirit guides. We have the universe, God, divine, whatever you want to call, guiding us. But we fight it. So don't fight it this week. Allow that spirit to work. And you're going to, this is a honeybee, so it reaps its rewards with honey. So that is what's coming up, is the sweet reward, if you really, really pay attention, because you're in an upward movement with the cards. You've got 2 1s, you've got 2 2s, you've got a 7, and you got 6 5 6 7 8. You got a straight. But the thing is, you're in a upward movement this week. We've got a lot of energies in July with the planets moving around, and we've got some quincunx, we've got some sextiles, we've got a lot of things going on with Saturn, Venus, and what's the other one? Well, Capricorn, we got a moon coming up in Capricorn, but definitely there's a lot of movement. Just be patient with yourself. Don't listen to the distractions, the noise, and everything. Stay on that high vibration. Keep thinking positive in a higher light. All right, Aquarians, that's for you guys. All right, let me say hello. You can sort of ask a question if it's in relation to what we're going to. This reading is basically for all the signs. I'm on every week, and I usually answer questions every week. But this one I'm sort of trying to get through, because I'm not going to have time to do everybody's next week. Yes, the retrograde is here. Can't you tell? If you go on my Divine Warrior Intuitive, my YouTube channel, you see I tried this 3 times. Something's trying to block this reading big time. I had switched phones. Computer was telling me everything was upcoming, and I'm like, holy Toledo's. Something is really trying to stop me from all these readings. Hi Adams. We're going to be doing right now Earth signs. So we're going to be doing Virgos. So I just got done doing air. So if you missed Gemini and Libra, I just got done doing Aquarius. So you'll have to go back and watch it. I think I put them in public already, with everything screwed up with this technology. All right. So this is going to be for the Earth signs. This is from the 6th to the 12th. And hopefully we can get through this with no technical interruptions. So I hope you guys had a good 4th. I had a really sort of quiet fourth. It was sort of nice, but I ended up having to work my day job. But then the night was really nice. My poor dog hates the fireworks. I don't know, but these illegal fireworks are. I have never heard something. If that's what bombs sound like, or even louder, holy Toledo, seriously. Scorpio, I haven't done Scorpio yet. So I'm just doing earth signs right now. You might want to come back, or you can hang out and just listen to me yap, yap, yap. Or subscribe, that kind of a thing. But Scorpios are not until I get done with earth. All right. So I have to do water and fire. All right, let's get going. Virgos, my Virgos. All righty. So, for those of you who are new, this here deck is Divine's deck. This gets used for the highest purpose, you know, what we call divine, God, universe, whatever. This is my sacred deck. This is the only thing that nobody touches that deck. This is my deck, and this is Divine's message overall. Okay, this is your highest of spirit or ancestor, whatever you want to call that. All right. This oracle deck is your energy right now, or what is going on this next week to maybe pay attention to. I love this. Thank you very much. They're already giving me downloads on this oracle. Definitely. So your card from Divine is willing to release. It's also got several messages in this card, and it's a almost a release to transform to a different mindset or a different lifestyle or hobby, habit, that whatever it is. The willing release. So the willing release, when we look at this, okay, so whether it's a dandelion or whether it is something else, a plant, whatever it is, that is looks like it's dead. Okay, it looks like it's the things are falling, but it's actually sort of like the number 10, when something's ending, something's beginning. So it's dropping seeds. So it's actually still very much alive. Okay, so it is alive. So there is a transformation process, and that's why there is a um, butterfly in the picture, because butterflies are a message of transformation. We had a really interesting experience, and it's also the number 4 in numerology. This card is, so it's trying to build a new foundation, so something new to set a new foundation, or whatever foundation that you have started, make sure that it wasn't built on sand where it just dissipates away. Relationships do that. Is that relationship built on solid ground, or is it full of crap and you built and you're not communicating and you're not talking, or it's toxic on one end, or whatever it is? Really find out where that foundation is. Or maybe there's a new relationship coming in. This could also be a job. This could also be anything to transform. And so your mindset this week, you might have an aha moment saying, yeah, this ain't working out. I need to go do this, Virgos. I need to change this up. You're actually going to release, which is interesting is I'm a Virgo, and I watched 3 different people, because they're spot on for me. And they're all over the United States. They don't know each other, and that they are exact every single time. And it's interesting because they say almost the same thing every time. The cards sometimes fall the same way. It's just amazing. I love it, because then it just sort of like, if I'm struggling a day, I'll pick one up and say, okay, oh yeah, that's right. So sometimes an aha moment could come from anywhere, anything, anyhow. Okay, the energy that you're having. So this is number 4, trying to build that foundation, trying to make something change, something happen in that nature. The current oracle that you're feeling, or whoever's watching or maybe going through, is accepting help from another, delegating authority, and that is the horse. Okay, this is the current energy. It is also the number 8 in numerology. So again, moving up and out into that. A lot of the times we're stubborn, and we Virgos, I'm right there. You know, I don't like to ask for help. I've been asked, well, why don't you ask for help? And it's just because I'm so independent. And you know what? That's not healthy, because it doesn't teach us how to rely or delegate to others. Maybe we could have somebody mow our lawn, even though we could do everything. You know what? Because we don't look outside of ourselves sometimes when, and maybe that's a transformation. So way to look at it, it's like, yeah, I can mow my lawn, but maybe there's somebody in the community that really needs the money, or they don't have food, and maybe the $20 or $40 or $50, whatever you choose to give them to mow your lawn, is helping them. It's a ripple effect, guys. It's a ripple effect. A lot of the times we think that things end with us when that's really not the story. We're the conduit to help through us, right? Okay, points noted. I know. I'm also a life coach, so just bear with me. All right. So let's see what's going on here with this willingness to release. If the Four of Pentacles comes up, I will just die laughing. I will die laughing, Virgos. All right. Oh, wow. The Queen of Cups, intuition. This is a current energy or that's going on. So again, oh wow, somebody's probably not paying it into their intuition. They're probably just not listening to their intuition. Well, we got Four of Cups, pretty close. um Gosh, and then we have the Queen of Swords. We have intuition, we have the Queen of Cups, and we have the Ace of Swords. So again, uh I don't like to say that. They're just saying, who's lying to you, or are you lying to yourself? Okay. The double-edged sword is about truth on one side, lying on the other. It's a lot of things, but the thing is, in this case, somebody's not listening to their intuition, and it's holding you back. You got, because you have the Tower card next, and so it's sort of like, well, I'm trying to make the best decisions, and I'm trying to make the best whatever. However, it's really hard because this is the Two of Swords is at the center of your reading. And the reason why that is, it makes it really, really hard to make decisions. It makes it hard to um, make the right decision. There is no right decision. It's what we're supposed to be learning at the time. Okay. And my daughter would call and say, I just don't want to fail. I said, would you please take that word out of the dictionary, because there's no such thing as fail. It's a learning. This earth is a school. It's a learning. Either you learn a lesson or you don't learn a lesson. And that's okay, whatever lesson you learn, because then next you will decide to do it again or not do it again. Like the kid putting the hand on the stove. What, is he going to do it again? Heck no, because that hurt and that burned. So we as adults, and growing up as adults, this is what we have to do too. So when you have a lesson that is really hard to learn, it has to be released. It has to be transformed. Otherwise, we learn it again. Okay. Until we get it right. And we don't like that because we don't like spankings. We don't like pain. But really, in all honesty, you have to thank God, the universe, whoever it is that you believe in as your highest power. Thank you. Thank you for showing me that. Okay. I do this in life coaching with relationships a lot. It's like, well, they left me and they're this, and or they, dumped me, or they ghosted me. And it's like, you should be saying thank you, because you just saved yourself a lot of time, a lot of pain, a lot of hurt, a lot of trouble, a lot of toxicity. It could be dangerous. You don't know. Somebody on the other side, your guides and spirits, and are trying to protect you. So instead of looking at it at a low vibrational way, look at it at a high vibrational, which you're saying thank you, appreciate it. It sucks, like, but appreciate it, kind of a thing. You really want to appreciate the guides and everything on the other side, because they are trying to protect you and show you the way that divine and the way that you're supposed to be going. We just get here and forget about it. Okay. So we have the Empress, which is the number 3 and the number 4. Okay, so it's a progression. We have to look and take care of ourselves, which means we have to look at the things that are not working and release them. Okay, we need to release them, and we need to plant seeds, because again, the 4 is about building a foundation. Plant the seeds where they should be growing to make oh God, they're just showing me all types of grounds, like sand and red clay and hard rock, and it depends on where you're planting, which is your mindset. So what seeds are you planting in yourself as well as maybe others? And is it a positive? And this is a transformation, because somebody, whoever listens to this at the right time, because it's timeless, is that they might gossip, and you need to learn to stop gossiping, because gossiping is destructive. It's detrimental to some people. It can cause people not only hardship, it can actually cause somebody to lose their job. It can cause them to go in a negative direction, like social media for the young people. Sometimes this crap that's out there, and they're such sponges, they believe in it, and then they're hurt. So, gossip is, I don't know who this is for, but the gossip is really, really not a good thing to do. It's destructive, it's not constructive. So somebody's habit of gossiping needs to transform to not. It's like, just zip it. I just see a mouth zipped. What is that Disney movie? Hocus Pocus with Willie, or is it Willie? Willie, I think it's Willie. Anyway, he's got his mouth actually sewn shut. Sometimes we have to do that because it's really, really hurtful to gossip or talk negative about somebody. But we've got the Four of Cups that's actually sort of happening there. All right. Looking at, and there's an offering coming to somebody, and when that happens, you are so into whatever that you want to do, Virgos, you're missing it. His head is down and he's going to miss it. If you want to talk to me in private, happy to do it. Not a problem. Just go to divinewarriorintuitive.com and just hit a contact and get a hold of me. I answer everything. All right. Definitely. Some things, people, this brings up triggers and things, or, maybe has abilities that they want to ask about. I will answer all your questions, your comments, and everything. That's just the way I roll. You know, there's some people out there that don't do private sessions. I do have private sessions, either on my website, or, some people can't afford that. Go to Etsy. There's some real ones. If you have a one question kind of a thing, I think it's $4 or $3 or something. You want to ask a question, I do a reading. There's no AI here, baby. No AI. So I do it. And if you do Etsy, then what I do is I take a photo of the reading that we did. I do an audio and or the spread, and then I do an audio and send it off to you so that you can see it. Then you can also hear it later. All right. Okay, so let's keep going. So you're missing, somebody's going to be missing this. This is where delegating comes in. Okay, as a manager and a business owner, I have to delegate all the time. If I don't delegate, I'm going to wear myself out. I'm going to burn myself out. And this is where the release comes, the release of control of everything. You don't need to do everything. You don't have to do everything. You need to delegate, because if you don't, you're going to miss out on something wonderful. This is number 4 again. So for somebody, that is really hard to say, you know what, can you help me? Or, hey, and if you're married or with a partner, you should be able to say, hey, babe, I need help. Can you do this for me? Or could you run to the store today after work? I need this, or whatever. Otherwise, you're going to run yourself like this puff of smoke. So, Virgos, be really, really careful. Again, this is talking and walking in your honesty. Oh, the email is divine. Well, you can go to divinewarriorintuitive@gmail.com. Okay. Yeah. That's hard. Sometimes, it's really hard to get back on track when that happens. But divinewarriorintuitive@gmail.com, or just go to divinewarriorintuitive.com. There's a lot of things on there. I'm a life coach, but I also, do fitness, nutrition. I got a degree in that. You'll see a book that I wrote, like, I don't know if you can see it back there, about but it's also the mindset of trying to lose weight. All right. So this is really needing to tell yourself, okay, what it is you're telling yourself to start with. Okay. And is it okay? So I just heard, ask them, is what you're saying, what you're doing okay? And who is it okay to? So if you're a gossiper and you're like, yeah, it's okay to gossip, then your mindset is not in the right place. Okay. This is a foundational issue because we gossip because we need either attention, we gossip because we need affirmation, we need to say that we are valuable because it brings in attention, but it brings in the wrong attention. That's why toxic relationships don't work, they don't last. Um, or if they try to leave, I've worked in chemical dependency and mental health a little bit. And a lot of the times it's hard to leave a toxic relationship. It can be very, very dangerous. So, definitely. All right. Virgos, let's clarify a little bit and then we're going to move on to Capricorns. Well, I don't even know what time it is. Okay, I've got a few minutes so I can do Earth right now. I will come back and do fire. I just need to take a break. I've had 3 back surgeries. So, from Kenya, welcome, welcome, welcome. I know people from Kenya. I've been to Africa. I've been to West Coast Africa, though. Actually, was married to an African, but that didn't last very long. Actually, there's a long story to that. That would be a long story. But welcome. Kenya, I hear, is so beautiful. Oh, so beautiful. All right, so let's get some clarifications. 5 of Wands, Magician, and King of Pentacles. Again, this is how you move. You can either create an environment that you can create the illusion and not be honest and be doing things that are low vibrational. Okay. Or you can create an environment where you actually become on top by people liking because of your moral decisions, your integrity, and everything that has to do with integrity. Okay, but whatever decision it is right now that you're trying to make, because this is all about making decisions, don't forget to ask for help if you need it. And if delegate, if you're in a position to delegate, a lot of times they say happy wife, happy life. I don't really believe that. I just say happy spouse, happy house, because it takes 2 and 2 have to be joy filled and happy. But the thing is, you need to delegate. Okay, release some of that stress because somebody is flipping stressed out, and you can't plant positive seeds when you're drained and tired. You can't do that because the seeds are going to land on not healthy ground, and things can't grow healthy in the wrong ground. Okay, they can't. The seeds can't soak in and get a solid root, and that's where a mindset is. So everything when we talk about things growing, this is about a mindset. This is what we believe in. These are the things that we move forward and focus in on, all that kind of stuff. All right. So what is it for you? I would really like to know. Really like to know. So that is for Virgos. Virgos, we're going to go on to Capricorns. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Don't forget, everybody, Divine Warrior Intuitive, please share with your friends. Like, if you enjoy it, I'm not going to force anybody because my tarot is different. It is very different. If love falls in the reading, love falls in the reading. I don't do, and I'm not poo-pooing anybody, but there's a lot of fakes out there, and they'll just do a love reading and they'll tell you about all the love you're going to find this week and all this blah blah. And it's like, you may not. Maybe you need to work on yourself. Maybe you need to be focusing in on work. Maybe there's other things, but it depends on what the energies are for you. That's why when I do readings, energy will change in a millisecond. So I can do a future energy, but it all basically depends on how your mindset is and your energy, because we know we can change our mindset in a second. And that's why I say start with your spirit. Okay. Oh my gosh, I can't make this up. Although we are in earth signs. You saw me shuffle. All right. Capricorn, same thing. What are you trying to release? What do you need to release? What's holding you back? That's the message that I'm getting on there. Again, the number 4. I think that earth signs, basically the main word that I keep do here is release, let go, let things happen, let things flow. I'm hearing a lot of that, definitely. I don't know, Han. The reason why is that's why I ask you to subscribe and hit all the notifications. The reason being is my job takes me all over the place as far as hours. So I don't have another day off until Saturday. So I'll probably come on Saturday of next week, whatever date that is, and do some lives then. I don't have time to record. Otherwise, I would be doing probably readings all the time because I know that everybody likes to have readings more often. So I will say probably Saturday or Sunday. But if you hit the subscription, all notification, you'll know because they'll tell you when I'm on. All right. Oh my God, I can't make this up. The last was horse for Virgos, but you guys got hawk. Okay. So the hawk is definitely about messages. Of course, it's a bird. So anytime you see a bird, there's usually a message to it. It was interesting because I was driving and it just showed me this. I don't know if it has any relevance to anybody, but I was driving the other day and there was not a bird in the sky, not a bird. We were sort of heavy in traffic, and then I saw this beautiful red tail hawk just come in and land just a few feet above my car where I was looking, and I was like, "Oh wow, you're just so beautiful." Looks at me like, "Hey, pay attention," or I'm like, "Yeah, I better, or I'll be in an accident." But it meant pay attention, and I don't know what the message was. However, it was the only bird around, and so I'm like, "Okay, what message do you have for me? Let me know." And the day went on. I don't remember what the message was, but I've been getting a lot of downloads, and a lot of intuition really is growing. I think July is the month for growth, definitely for everybody. Awakening kind of a thing, or your abilities are going to grow, that kind of stuff. So really pay attention to that. Um, Definitely. So Capricorns, number 2 and number 4. So it is about building a stronger foundation. It is about making sure that things are coming together. So you really need to pay attention to signs this week, sort of like repetitive signs, or somebody may say something, you'll get an aha moment. Maybe somebody will text you and you're like, oh yeah, I completely forgot. That kind of a thing, that nature, and anything like that. Really pay attention to that. So drinking wine, yeah. But the thing is really needing to pay attention to all that kind of stuff, you know, what's going on to give you that message. All right, so let's see what's going on for Capricorns. Yeah, I think we have a new moon coming up here. What, the 14th? I think. Totally new moon. Grow up. Bye. Grow up. You know, this is people that like to ruin it for everybody else. You know. Sorry, guys. You got to troll. Gotta love trolls. That means they have no life. All right, so we're going to look Capricorns. We've got the star, we've got the 5 of Pentacles, we have the Knight of Pentacles. A lot of Pentacles in the readings lately. A lot of people are worried about money though, and their jobs and finances, or losing jobs and finances and things of that nature. So it's very typical for this time and everything. So, but you've got the energy as star, something going good for someone. But the thing is that we've got the number 5 as well. Okay. This is that energy where you want to pay attention to what is coming towards you as far as a message or a sign. Um, Definitely want to be making sure that what you're hearing is actual truth. Thank you. because we have the Knight of Pentacles and we have the the Eight of Wands, meaning it's going to come fast. Whatever they're saying or whatever they're doing, it might even be something that is unexpected, and it just blurts out and they didn't mean it. It's going to create some issues. Okay. This is where we got to be mindful and careful about what we say, what we do, as far as a message. Okay. I don't know if this is for you or if this is for somebody else coming towards you, but it is something that's going to be in the very, very near future, probably this week sometime. And the problem is that they're coming from a place of pain, they're coming place from victimization. And they're leading forward with that, what do you call it, victim mentality. This is something that, you know, you can embrace it, but you have to release it. It's not your energy, it's their energy. You have to just say, you know what, that's, you've got to figure it out. You've got to work on yourself. You've got to help yourself. And that's where that transformation comes in, from seed to, it's like from beginning to end, beginning to end. So you have to begin a new process of thinking, a new process of how you act and how you move. Okay. I don't know who that's for, but a lot of communication. Retrograde, it's going to cause a kerfuffle, which is sort of like a mess or something. This might have to do with somebody loaning money. This might have to do with something of asking for money. This might have to do something like, oh, I'm not going to be able to. I feel like this person is coming towards you like, if you don't give me the money, I'm going to be out on the streets. If you don't do this, then I'm going to be this. This is where they're coming from in that situation, Capricorns. But it's not you, and that's your choice, because now it's interrupting your peace. Okay. So a lot of the times this is might have been their choice and their decision that they chose to do. And this is something that you have to say, am I willing to help them or not? And then you have to live with that, because this is number 4 and number 2. This is a foundation of bringing things together. But I will tell you, because I am a boomer, and well, from living with this experience over and over and over, is that you borrow, you loan money out, you better loan it and know that you may never see it again, or don't loan it. I don't loan money out. I don't loan money out. I will help people find the resources. I will help people, you know, give them the tools that they need to do to go do it. But I'm not going to give them an easy way out, because then it's going to be, you're going to come and ask me all the time, okay, can I have more? Can I have more? Can I have more? No, I'll teach you. But like the Bible says, you know, teach a man to fish and he can eat forever. If you just give him the fish, he doesn't eat. Anyway, devil card. Definitely need to release. 5 of Wands again for the second time. And the Magician. Okay, this is you manifesting, or this other person coming to you is manifesting. What is it that you're manifesting? This is 100% smack clarity right on the nose. And it's fast. Okay, whatever it is, Capricorns, it's going to come fast. It is something that needs to be released. This is their release. So they feel like they're not. It's like, I can't get out of this situation. It's a catch 22. There's a solution for every single problem. There is. You just have to find it. Might not be easy. It might be hard, but there is a solution to every problem. And they can't see it. So they're just going to stay stuck. And, you know, manipulation tactics, be really, really careful about that. Manipulation to get you to do something, feels a certain way, is really detrimental. This is where the number 2 becomes number 2 is supposed to bring unity, togetherness, but it separates it. Okay, it separates that. All right, Capricorns. That is between the 6th and the 12th. So I hope that was helpful. I don't know if it was, but I sure hope so. And I hope that you subscribe, become one of our warriors, and join the community. It's a very small channel, but I love doing what I do. And I do a lot of it live. And hopefully helps somebody in the long run. That's the whole idea. It's create your future kind of tarot. Yeah. Yeah. And so you paid the price of, and a lot of people don't realize that what we do is a ripple effect. So even for like if you're calling into work and you're calling out sick and you're really not, you're just playing hooky. Um, to me, that's sort of selfish, only because when you call out, then the manager, the leads have to find somebody. So it takes time away from what they need to be doing. And even if they do find somebody, it takes that person away from what they're supposed to be doing or be with. Maybe they wanted to be with their family. They don't get a lot of time with their family. And it takes away from them. And that family member misses out on the opportunity to spend time. So you got this, throw the pebble in the water and there's a ripple, and that's the thing with life, is that unfortunately I know where you're coming from. I went from homeless to a business owner in 1 year. And let me tell you, it was all because of decisions of who was in my life and who I cut out of my life, and all the crap I was doing that I needed to cut out that was low vibrational, and put it all to work my butt off. And then again, was it easy? No. Am I a millionaire? No. But would I love to be? Sure, everybody would. But the thing is, now I still have my business, but it's small. But yeah. So again, it's all a ripple effect. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's so hard. It is hard. It is really hard. And a lot of parts of a lot of, if you've never been to Africa, there's a lot of parts that are extremely poor. Definitely. And I was affected by my trip there 100%. I was in Gambia, and sitting in a restaurant, and anyway, there was a kerfuffle, a fight in the restaurant, and we were sitting out back. This little girl came running back saying she was really scared, and she said, auntie. And I'm like, it's okay, we'll be fine, they'll take care of it, we're back here, it's all good. But she goes, I'm starving, I'm hungry. And I'm like, it's okay, this little girl's about 8. And I can see her little face right now. um And I said, well, it's okay. We'll get you some fufu. Hang tight. Let it all get done, and we'll get you some fufu. And so when my friend came back, I said, can you please go? I will pay for it. Can you please go get her some fufu? She's hungry. And they're like, yeah, sure. So I went, they gave her fufu, gave her food. And I said, well, where's her mom? Where's her dad? And he's like, this is Africa. She's on the streets. She doesn't have a mom or dad, most likely. And I'm like, what? So I ran into the street trying to find her. And it just broke my heart that, little ones like that have to survive that, ugh, it just drives me crazy. Anyway. Yeah, that's really hard. Be careful how you ask for donations, because yeah, I get it, but be really careful where you ask for donations, because yeah, I have a degree in actually criminal justice, where my specificity was scams. So be really, really careful. Yeah. Um, all right. So let's get into, who am I doing here? Capricorns? Yeah. Did I just do Capricorns? Am I doing Capricorns or am I doing Taurus? Can somebody mention to me which one I'm doing? Uh, 4, 5. I'm a storyteller, if you can't tell by now. All right. Okay. I am going to do Taurus. Okay. I think I did Capricorns. Anyway, it's getting late and my energies have just plummeted. Um, so we're going to do Taurus. And Taurus has the higher view. It is also the number 5. Okay. So the number 5 can be a really unstable number, or it can be one that, you're really brand new at something and you're trying to figure things out. So it's sort of uncomfortable. It's not right, that kind of a thing. So the higher view is definitely higher power, but how high of a view are you looking at? Okay. Because your current energy, it's the number five, right? So your current energy is the cow, nourishment, abundance, asking, and receiving. Okay. This is sort of again, the earth's um, theme for today because we're at two, we're number two again, trying to bring things together. Something's unstable, trying to bring things together. If something's unstable or something's new, you're trying to figure it out. Say you're learning something new and you're new at it and it sucks and you don't like it, is trying to, get to that point where it's not so hard, brings it together. Sort of like when you have instruments in an orchestra. You have a clarinet, and you have a trombone, and you have drums, and you have all these instruments. They're all apart, but when you bring them together, makes beautiful music. So that's sort of what the energy for Taurus is. You have the world, okay, and that is to bring things together. You have the opportunity, it's the number 10, the number one, and so this all goes into play because it all is something that you really really want. You make a decision at, and that is the thing that brings you joy. Okay. The thing that brings you joy is where you're supposed to be headed. If it's not bringing you joy, if it's not bringing you peace, and same with relationships, if it's bringing you chaos and it's not bringing you peace, it's the wrong relationship. It's something that it should bring you peace. You should not have to work so damn hard at it to bring you peace. It should be, yeah, there's work in a relationship, but the thing is, you don't have to work at it 24/7 and you come home, it's like, oh my god, here we go again. No, it should bring you peace. It's sanctuary kind of a thing. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sorry, my computer is just about to go dead, so I'm looking at the chat on my computer because my eyes are, I'm old, okay. So forgive me. Whoops, excuse me. What time is it there? Oh my gosh, 3:30 in the morning there, Rosie. Oh my goodness. It is 5:30 in the evening on the West Coast. Okay. So bear with me if my computer dies. I really apologize. It's just I'm not going to be able to read this chats very well. Oh, well, I'm glad because this is for Taurus, but you know what? If this resonates with you, this is a timeless reading, okay? So again, where are you focusing in on? And again, we have to release things. It's like a house. You got to get rid of stuff to make room for, some clean area. The more that you keep stuff, the more dirty it is. Your energy is, and because it's a low vibrational, dirt and everything like that is low vibrational, but when you keep it clean and it's light and it's airy, then we can raise to a lot higher vibration because we're more joy filled, we're more peace. Okay. Because the opportunities are there. Okay. But the thing is that you also have the three of cups, but it does take work. Life is not easy. This is a school. It's not easy. And you do have to make choices. The thing about this reading with Taurus is it's very interesting because where the abundance, where you're asking, where you're receiving, and then number two at the center of your reading is death. Okay. And the reason of why it's interesting is because now it's the time and opportunity to make that change, to rise up, to make things better, to be honest and true. It's not easy and it does take work. I'm surprised that wasn't the B card. I mean, BEE, not because you've got the King of Cups and then you've got the Five of Pentacles. I mean, the Five of Cups. And so you've got a lot of power and energy in staying calm and peaceful and making things happen. But again, somebody's pessimistic. They're looking at the things that um, hold them back. This is a low vibrational energy. When if they were to turn around, it would be high vibrational. The reason being is if you look at the card, they're focused in on the one cup that is turned over, the negative. If they were to turn around, there's so much positive that is happening, but they don't pay attention to it because even though it's spilt, it doesn't, these are all the positive energies, negative energy, pessimistic, optimistic. Okay, this definitely is that card. But if you look at the the King of Cups, he's on a storm. He's in a storm, completely in a storm, but he's staying calm. And that's where this energy comes from. This is definitely a earth energy because we've talked about that through Virgo and Capricorns as well. Okay. So that definitely is. But this is what's keeping you. This is your challenge card. This is what's keeping somebody up at night, not happy, not joy filled, depressed, anxiety. It's like, I can't, it's overwhelming. I can't do it. And the reason being is that if you look at the whole picture, it's going to mess with your mind. You need to listen to your spirit and focus in on one thing, maybe two things at the max. But if you keep thinking about everything, and this is something that Cancers have a problem with because they're so, Cancers can be really moody, but they can also be looking at everything rather than just focusing in on one or two things because they want to look at the whole picture. Okay. So this is definitely something that is an opportunity. There's an opportunity for something this week that is to be moving up and into a better light for you, whether it's work, relationships. I mean, we've got the Seven of Pentacles, but that just means, okay, reap your rewards. He's sitting there looking at all the hard work that he did, but he's reaping some of his rewards already. There isn't fruit yet, but he's going to reap the rewards. And that, I was surprised that we didn't see the Temperance card because, but the Death card, this card is, when you look at tarot, you really want to look at this card in a positive manner. However, it's a great way to make a decision. So this is a decision making card because you can either make your decision based on your spirit and move towards where you know that you should be going, or that brings you clarity and peace, or you can move towards the earth and get stompled by the horse, because your earth, your head is earth. It is your, we get in our head so much that then we forget about what the spirit wants, what our intuition, your intuition will tell you. Because the energy, if you pay attention to your body's energy, sorry, my back is really hurting, guys. If you pay attention to your energy will tell you which way to go and what's right and what's not. And even me as a human being, although I'm an empath and I am, it's almost like I'm becoming knowing premonitions and things. I used to know that anyway, long story short. But it's just like it's coming back and it's like, oh, okay. Oof. Do I want that? I can shut it down or I can embrace it or whatever. But the thing is that I need to follow what they say because it's bringing me a lot more benefit than it is from more destructive. Okay. So I'm hard on myself and I'm going to take the hard way no matter what. You know, I'm going to take the hard knock school no matter what. And I'm going to do it that way. And then I'll figure out and do it the easy way. Now, that's not really, if I'm being directed to take the easy way, but I still want to take the hard way, you know, I want to do it this way, my way, then that's on me. And the other side is saying, oh my God, here we go again. We just showed her the answer. But no, she's got to go this way. And then we're going to be back here again. And we're going to learn that lesson again. And that's exactly what's happening, you know, for somebody, because you're going to be going around and around and around in a circle. Okay. If you don't learn that lesson. Okay. See, and this lesson is trying to bring you joy. And it's trying really, really hard, but there is a struggle. Somebody's got a struggle. So on this Death card, can I get some clarification, please? Can anybody come through at this time? If you want to give me a sign, download, smell, touch, whatever it is, feel of an energy, that would be great. Thank you. Yeah, I can't make this stuff up. I can't make this stuff up. Boy, somebody is fighting against themselves really hard. Hierophant, the spiritual card of all cards. besides the high priestess, but he's definitely Knight of Cups. And Knight of Cups, she's facing the Hierophant. And then you have the Five of Pentacles. Okay. And the Five of Pentacles, again, is about worrying about other people. Okay. So, Taurus, stop worrying about what other people think, what other people want, what other people do. This is your journey. This is your way of doing it. And divine, the spiritual decision is the way that you need to go. I mean, I'm not giving you advice. I'm just giving you what the energies are saying. Okay. So the cups are about love and desire. This is maybe something new for you because the Knight of Cups is usually really strong in what they believe in. Okay. Because we have the Knight, or not the Knight, we have the King of Cups as well. So you've got a lot of power behind you. Use it. Use it to the good, the peace, and whatever it is you want and desire this week. And forget about what other people are thinking. And it's not their journey, that kind of a thing. Because the problem is when we pass on, and if I don't plan to be buried, I plan to be burned. But the thing is, if you're going to be buried, there's no bunk beds there. Okay, there's no bunk bed caskets. Okay, because you go by yourself. So why are you worried about everybody else's journey when you've got your own journey to worry about, right? I love the hearts. I love the hearts. I try to be funny, but you know what? I'll keep my day job. But Taurus is you got some decision to make, and again, this is a beautiful time to do it because with the number 5, this is something new, something trying that you're new, something that you and you know what? There is no fail. Take that flippin' word out of the dictionary. Spirit says there is no fail. There's lessons. You're on a planet that is teaching you all kinds of things, and there is no fail. It's you give it a try. If it doesn't work, that wasn't supposed to be, or you have to do it again, that kind of a thing. So, everything that we're doing here, that will bring you definitely to a higher level. All right. That definitely. Welcome, welcome. Oh, my computer hasn't died yet. Blue? Sorry, my eyes are really bad. Something telly. That's all I can get. All right. But the thing is that you need to really look at yourself inside and forget about everybody else. It's really hard, I'll tell you just as a growing older Taurus, that as I get older, I don't care what other people think. I really don't. Because again, there's no bunk bed caskets. I'm going by this by myself. But the thing that is, I create a small surrounding of the people I love and those people I care about. Everything else is really superficial because this world is changing, and I want to make sure that I have peace and joy in my life as I grow down the downslide of life. I really wish this for the younger generations, that you know what, don't worry about what other people think, because at the end of the day it doesn't matter what they think. Everybody's got opinion, and they all smell like something and they all stink. So, you know what? Whatever it is, your opinion, great. You can take it in and you can leave it or whatever. But the thing is, at the end of the day, the only person that you have at the end of the day is you. So make it happy, make it joy filled, make it full of love. That's what the highest energy is, love. Okay. And that's, again, where you get nourishment, you get abundance, because what does love do? It fills you up. So if you start with yourself and fill yourself up, then you'll be able to fill others up. All right. I don't know where that was from, but anyway, it must be for somebody. All right. All right, you guys, my back. I'm really sorry. I've got to finish these later. I haven't done fire and water, but I have to finish these later. If you want, please leave a comment. I will try to get them tonight, but I've just got to let my back relax a little bit. Those 3 surgeries on my back, oof, they're bad. But definitely, I will give it my best to do fire and water tonight. If not tomorrow night, I will do them after work, definitely. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Please subscribe. You guys are called my community warriors. Spiritual war going on here. It really is. And then so hit the notification bell, and you can know when I'm on, because I am on live. And so, and I will I will knock people off if they troll or say negative or bad. That's just not for my channel. They need to just get a life. So there we go. All right. Hope to see you again. Thank you so much for all the comments and love. I love the love and the hearts and everything. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'll do the thumbs up too. Take care. See you next week. Be nice to yourself, love yourself, and then love somebody else this week. It'll make a huge higher vibration. Take care.